What's up, guys? I'm Luke.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
The Halloween season is upon us. And so there's a new movie that, fortunately, I have available on my Peacock app that I watch and we stream stuff on sometimes. And it just so happens we got to stream this new movie in the series of Halloween called Halloween Kills. This movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis, also stars Judy Greer. They were pretty much the main people in it. There were some other people throughout it. The director was David Gordon Green. It was released by Blumhouse, and it was written by Danny McBride, Scott Teems, and David Gordon Green, and it was based on characters created by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Just a little bit of background on it. Michael Myers is my dude. He's my favorite slasher. Some people really like Freddy. Some people like Jason, which I like Jason too. If I had to go in order, I would say my top would be Michael Myers, then Jason Voorhees, then Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger was kind of a messed up guy.
He was a pedophile. Of course he was messed up.
Yeah, exactly. And then he would make jokes on the screen and people would laugh at them, as he was murdering people. Yeah. I don't know. What was wrong with us, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, so the story, my friend.
Since it's your gig or dig or favorite or whatever, I'll let you take the story.
All right, so this one continues on directly from the last Halloween that came out, I believe, 2 years ago. I believe it was 2019 was the last one that came out, maybe 18. But the way that this series has gone is so basically they've retconned it a bunch of different times. So basically what happened was they came back, Danny McBride and Scott Teems and David Gordon Green came back, and they started writing Halloween that came out a couple of years ago like anything after Halloween 2 never happened. So it was 1, 2, and then it was nowadays in 2018, which I guess is probably when the last one came out, now that I'm thinking about it. The way that the first and second one, and pretty much all the other ones up until at one point they kind of retconned a bunch of stuff, happened is that the movies kind of go right into each other. They may skip a little time sometimes, but Halloween 1 was this, and 2 were the same night, like the original ones. So this Halloween Kills goes directly from the one that came out a couple of years ago into this one. So story, Michael Myers is back. Jamie Lee Curtis is his younger sister, who he is constantly coming after. So in the last film, she was able to kind of booby trap her house, and with the help of her daughter and granddaughter, was able to trap him in the house and set him on fire after getting really, really, really badly wounded in the last movie. So this one goes directly from that. It kind of goes back to 1978, which
flips back and forth.
Yeah, to kind of set up the fact that there was an officer during that time that did not kill Michael Myers when he had the chance to, basically. And so he is wounded pretty badly on the throat, left over from the previous movie. And this is the officer that didn't kill him. And so he's saying, I need to kill him. Basically is how the movie starts. Still the same night, still Halloween night from 2018. Laurie Strode, who is Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and her daughter, played by Judy Greer, and then her granddaughter, they're all kind of riding to the hospital together. She's bleeding very badly. And so they think that they've defeated Michael Myers. However, the fire department goes in, and basically rescue him, right? Like he's burning down in like the basement because that's where she's locked him at, and they let him out. And so they basically are trying to help him get out because they don't, I guess, know what he is. And he proceeds to massacre all of the firemen in very brutal ways. I think this is probably the most brutal, like, Halloween that I've seen out of all of them. And Michael Myers continues to go upon his, Halloween killing spree like he does. Laurie Strode is in the hospital for most of this movie. Really, I guess for all of it, right? I mean, she in the hospital.
Never shows her out.
Yeah, because she's been wounded. She tries to get out and go to get him when she finds out, but they kind of lie to her at first and tell her that he's not alive or that he's dead and that they got him, and then she finds out that he didn't. What winds up happening is that they find out that Michael Myers is alive, like all this group of people that had survived from '78, basically, and so at the hospital. They're going to try to find Laurie at one point when they find out that she's alive, Laurie Strode, and they won't let her in. But then he basically, Tommy, not little anymore, obviously he's a grown man, but Tommy kind of starts a riot of a bunch of people that's like, it's time for evil dies tonight. Basically, they all start chanting. It looks very mobbish, very
pitchforky.
Yeah. Very pitchforky, an innocent mental health patient, somebody from a mental institute, winds up dying, a very, very violent death because these people think that he's Michael Myers for some reason. By the end of the movie, it sets up for a what I believe is going to be the finale of this second part of this set of sequels or whatever for a trilogy, because as always, Michael Myers cannot die by regular means.
Which is something that Laurie or Jamie Lee Curtis's character says he can't die.
Yeah. You can't brutalize him to death, basically, is what she says, right?
Yeah, she said she had to learn that you couldn't kill him, that he wasn't human.
Yes. All that to say that we wind up with kind of what you get with most slasher films, which is a setup for a sequel. Yeah, another sequel. Although originally, before COVID, I think that this movie was supposed to have had two movies kind of released within each other within kind of the same part of the Halloween season, maybe one in September, one in October, or something like that. And because of COVID, they didn't get to film both of them, and it was also supposed to come out like 2 years ago instead of this year. So I think it was like in 2000, maybe it was supposed to be last year, 2020. All right, what do you think about this?
I thought it was okay. Halloween isn't my favorite of the slasher genres.
You call yourself my friend.
I do. I am more of a Freddy Krueger kind of girl.
He's my least favorite.
I like horror movies that you can laugh with, and like you said, what's wrong with us? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I like the humor of Freddy Krueger. Halloween's a little less on the funny. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a little long.
It was right at an hour and 45 minutes, which is not too awfully bad for a horror film. I thought it went by really fast myself.
You did see? I thought it kind of drug in places.
No, I thought it went by pretty quickly. But let's talk about the fact that we had a lot of discussions, because I mean it's a typical slasher film thing, right? But about how many bad decisions these people make in the movie. Okay, so you see these, you know that there's blood inside of this car, and then there's a scene where they go out and this group of people's going out and looking in a field for this lady, and they start yelling for her and yelling her name. So the serial killer's out there, so why don't you just announce that you're there to them? When the granddaughter and her boyfriend went in to look for his dad in the house.
they opened a door, saw something, and shot it with a shotgun while they know his dad was in the house, but yet something spooks them and they shoot it with a gun. With a shotgun. So they very easily could have taken his dad's head off.
Yeah, instead it was just a pumpkin, but it could have been his dad's head.
Yeah. I don't know what a pumpkin was doing in the closet.
I mean, it's Michael Myers' house, right?
Which, of course, it was owned by that couple.
Yes, that was
Big John and Little John.
I think that was your favorite part of the movie.
It definitely was. Big John and Little John were my favorite part of the movie. I didn't like that he killed them, but at least he placed them together after they died.
And Big John, good lord, like he really he went full like Mountain on Game of Thrones on him, kind of like squeezing his
head,
like eyeballs, and they just popped out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dang.
And Big John had the tiniest knife ever. It was a cheese knife.
It doesn't matter what you do to Michael Myers. You can shoot him.
I just left my house because they knew that someone had broken into their house.
Well, they also knew it. They knew it was Michael Myers' house too.
Yeah.
And it was Halloween night. I would never be at home on Halloween night.
And there was blood on the wall. I would have just fled my house. I'm not hanging around and going upstairs and checking out the noise. Which, that's men for you, I guess.
I just said that I would never be at my house on Halloween if I lived in Michael Myers' house.
Why would you do that? You know he comes around at Halloween.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this one a solid 3 screams for me. Like I said, I like Michael Myers. It's kind of my thing. Not my favorite of the series. I am looking forward to what I think is going to be the finale, which is I'm assuming going to have the big showdown between Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael, the final showdown. I'm assuming it looked like at the end of the movie.
Well, it's going to have to be.
Well, I mean, I know, but...
and he killed her daughter in this one. So.
Yeah. So, what is your rating, my friend?
My rating would be 2 stars, I think.
2 stars.
Purely for Big John and Little John.
2 screams?
2 screams. Did I say stars?
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
I would say if you have the Peacock app, check this thing out. I probably would have been more disappointed had I watched it in the theater. Of course, maybe I would have had a different experience watching it in the theater too. I don't know. Sometimes you do.
You get popcorn and candy.
I mean, I've got popcorn and candy. We got popcorn and candy here though.
You're holding out on me.
Okay. Anyways, this episode, when this episode airs, a week from when this episode airs, we are going to have our horror movie marathon on October the 29th. We're going to be starting it at 3 p.m. Central Time, okay? So, please join us if you would on Facebook Live. We will keep you guys up to date on where we're at with the movies and what movie we're watching when again. We did an announcement video and we've got the whole schedule and everything on there, so check that out. Please join us for that and hang out with us and we'll just have a good old time.
It'll be fun.
Yes, hopefully. Fun and scary and get grossed out by stuff maybe. I mean, like, I'm hoping there's a little bit of all of that stuff involved, you know what I'm saying? We would, as always, we would love for you guys to like and subscribe and to share with your friends. And let us know if you would like us to check out any kind of content. We do any kind of horror content pretty much. So just let us know if there's a book, if there's a comic book, if there is a movie, if there's a TV show, if there's an anthology show, if there is a horror podcast you want us to listen to. So that'd be cool. That's something we haven't done. And
if you have a one-man show.
Oh yeah, if you want us to come and see your one-man horror show, we're not coming to your house though. It has to be in a public setting with lots of people, right?
I'll come to your house.
Wow. As always, I have been Luke.
I have been Ainsley.
And with our powers combined, we are
Screen Queenie.
Dun, 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 dun. See you guys later.
Bye.